Oh my goodness, Phil, we're back. We're back for another episode of what's this called again?
Half baked.
Half Baked. We're back for another episode of Half Baked, the podcast where we get together and we discuss a brilliant idea that one of us has been gestating over the course of the last few minutes, hours, days, who knows, long enough. And we're going to share that idea, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to agree by the end of the episode, in about 20 minutes' time, if we're going to fully bake it or we're going to throw it in the trash. Phil, how does that sound?
That sounds amazing. I'm ready to get going. Let's just go with today's subject, Alistair.
It's my subject today. This is something that's been like in my heart for decades now. And a news story this week has just brought it to the, just boiled it up to the top of the oven. Boiled oven? Doesn't make sense at all, does it? The subject is world records, and I guess my my way into this, the idea is that basically world records are terrible. Whatever traction they ever had. And I think they did at some point, because we probably all watched record breakers in the 1980s in the UK, more of which in a bit. But I think that's just completely gone. So my idea is that world records should be completely outlawed or stopped or just shamed. So first impressions, Phil, about my big idea.
So, I think this is going to be a first for Half Baked, Alistair, because I completely agree, and we can just stop right there.
I think we've done that before. I think we've done that before, I must admit. Look, for those people across the pond in the UK, in the US, where I think many of our legion of listeners are, in the UK, in the maybe late 70s and 80s, we used to have a program on TV called Record Breakers, the theme tune of which, and I want you to listen to these lyrics, goes a little bit like this.
You're the fattest, the thinest, if you always win it. You're the fastest, the slowest, if you really go, then you're a record breaker.
I mean, let's just think about that for a minute.
That's not the theme tune that I remember. But maybe I'm recalling the song that they played and I think actually the presenter used to sing it as they ended the show, which was dedication. Dedication. Dedication is what you need if you want to be the best. If you want to beat the rest, dedication's what you need.
I think it is. Presented by Norris McWhirter and Roy Castle.
Castle.
Both of whom have put the dead into dedication. So I think what's happened here is there's a theme tune at the start and then a different theme tune at the end. Unusual, right? Obviously, the budgets of the BBC were way, way too high.
One interesting thing is that Norris McWhirter himself, who was one of the presenters, was a record breaker, I think.
Phil, don't come to this podcast with a half-baked fact.
I believe he was the person who knew the most world record information in the world. That was his world record.
He wasn't the guy it wasn't him who played the xylophone the fastest in the world, was it? Is that different?
I think I don't know who that was actually.
I think that was
did have somebody playing the xylophone, or maybe it was a glockenspiel. Anyway, was it a xylophone or was it a glockenspiel? Was it wood or metal?
Well, again, I mean, I'm sorry to bring another half-baked fact. It was one or the other, wasn't it?
Anyway, we're slightly off topic. Go, off you go.
Well, I mean, you're saying we're off topic. I think I think Norris McWhirter maybe did have the world record for something. Roy Castle you know, bit of a favourite of me mum. He was a non-smoking Christian who died of lung cancer, but was actually quite cool. I think they're both gone now, but the program, if you can imagine, was full of long-haired, smelly kids doing like domino races and stuff like that, and you know, actually, kind of interesting. And you know, as a television program for kids at the time, was pretty good. My problem is, and the kind of the kernel of my thesis, you know, I think that's what half baked is, right? It's a
Absolutely.
combination of theses. That's feces. Is that was fine when you were a kid in this 1970, but now you can contrive a world record and achieve it. You can basically say, I'm going to do this world record. Oh, and guess what? I'm going to achieve it because I actually made up the idea in the first place. It's utterly ridiculous, and I think we need to call it out. And I know that there might be an argument here, which is, you know what? It's just a bit of fun. I'm not having it. There are much more, you know, disciplined ways of having fun. I think. What do you think?
That's how the Nazi Party started. Oh, it's just a bit of fun, and before you know it, out of control. But yeah, but one thing I would say, Alistair, I think it's always been that way. You could always that's not a new thing. You could always make something up and then achieve it
Yeah, exactly.
and reach it as a world record.
Yeah. I think the Nazi Party probably did break a world record or two, but we maybe don't want to go there. Just going back to the theme tune there, just do I want to pull out a couple of lyrics? If you're the fattest,
Is that something somebody should be striving for to achieve?
if you really go, is one of the lyrics.
Did it say if you're the twinnest, which I'd never picked up on before, as the rhyme to thinnest? If you're the fattest, the thinnest, or the twinnest? I can't believe that was really
I
the
don't
lyric.
know.
Maybe I've
I'm not
completely
sure.
made that up.
I'm
But
not
anyway,
sure.
keep going.
You can't have more twins than one,
No, I know.
unless no, we don't. No, I don't know. I don't know. Look, something appeared on my newsfeed this week on from the BBC, and it was about. I'm going to read a bit actually. It was about a 37-year-old who has just claimed his sixth world record. According to the 37-year-old from Leeds, racking up Guinness World Records is not just about earning plaudits, but it's a way to show no matter what label or condition you have, you can be measured against anyone else in the world. Well, you can't. If you're just making something up, you're not measuring yourself against it. You're measuring yourself against this daft idea that you've had in your head, and everyone else is going to go, I'm not interested. And his record, one of his records that led to this on the BBC was the fastest person to run a marathon dressed as a WWE wrestler.
What nonsense.
So he's the fastest person who's run a marathon. I mean, I suspect he's probably the only person to have run a marathon dressed as a WWE wrestler. So it's like, you know, you could just make something up and then say, because you're the first person to do it, I hold the world record in it. I don't know, it's just nonsense, isn't it?
It's
This week,
nonsense.
I filled my recycling bin 8 times.
Do you think that's a world record, Alistair? For people in your environment, at your age, of
Yep.
your ethnicity,
Yeah.
in your with dark hair and glasses like that, or wear yellow tops.
And with my intellectual impairment,
Yes, that's right.
you know?
Yeah, this is my problem with records. There's an infinite amount of dissection you can do. So, for instance, any record for anything, right? Who's the fastest runner over 100 meters? Who's the fastest runner over 200 meters? Right? Okay, so even that, just there, you've got several things going on. You've got the length of the race, then you've got the species, which are humans. Then we break it down by gender because you're going to have it, whether it's a man or a woman. Then we break it down by place like, well, what nationality were they? Were they British? Were they from whatever thing? Then the region, or were they in the north of England? Then it's like the event. Oh, was it the Great North Run? Was it the Commonwealth Games? Was it the Olympics? Is it this Olympics? Was it the 2026 Olympics? Not that there is an Olympics this year. Was it for people over 50, under 2? I mean, then it's by whether they've whether what whether they've got any disabilities. It's just broken. It can be broken down in so many different ways. What was the fastest dog that ran 100 meters in Japan in
Fastest
1972?
dog.
Was it the fastest Labrador, or was it the
Labrador.
I mean, it just break it down so many ways. It's nonsense.
I know,
Utter nonsense.
right?
All statistics like this are nonsense, and it shouldn't. You should stop. We should stop it right now.
It's not a record, right? It's just something you did. So it's not. It's kind of. It's just one of those things. I don't know. The world these days seems to celebrate mediocrity, and mediocrity, like bad coffee, has no place in our society. Anyway, so I've tried to prove a point here. So I've stuck my neck out in what is possibly a half-baked first, and I've applied for a world record.
Is it to do with filling bins?
It's not to do with filling bins. No. I mean, it could have been, but I feel much more confident in this. Anyway, last week, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was feeling a bit uncomfortable.
Is
And
that what you've applied for? Waking up in the middle of the night, feeling uncomfortable.
It could have been. I'm the most uncomfortablest night waker in my house.
Your region, yeah.
I woke up feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and I went to the toilet, and
I wondered if this was going to go to a toilet thing, but carry on.
I did. I did a 24-second pump. 24 seconds. I mean, it could have been longer, frankly, but I had to take a breath because I was forcing it out. So I had to kind of stop, take a breath, and then I think probably another 3 to 4 seconds came out.
I think we've reached a new low, Alistair. This is a new low for Half Baked. But carry on.
Well, I mean, is it? Is it? I suspect it's probably not. You obviously haven't been back and watched the other episode. Anyway, so I've applied for a world record. So I've been in touch with the Guinness World Records today. And here's what happened. So I've been through the pros.
I think I can preempt what it is. I think you can't prove it because there was no independent judge there to measure the duration.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, I did record it. I didn't record it, but I guess feeling confident having done it once, I think I can go back to the amphitheater of dreams and have another go. Anyway, so here's what happened when I applied. So first of all, when you apply, you give all your details and everything, and then so this is GWR, by the way, Guinness World Records. GWR. I'm pretty sure that's an abbreviation that's already been used by Great Western Railways. So they can't even think of anything good. It just feels utterly contrived to me. Anyway, they wanted to know if my record involved a large gathering of people, making a large item. I mean, I was quite close to ticking that box, actually. Unusual skills / circus, bit niche, and a few others. And one of those others was human body. So I ticked human body. And then I was presented with a form to fill out. What superlative will the record be measured in? Is it the biggest, the fastest, the fattest? It didn't say fattest. Anyway, so obviously longest.
Longest, yeah.
And they want to know, what are we measuring?
Time.
My pumps.
Duration.
How are we measuring it? Using a recording of my pumps. Can the record be challenged by other people who wanted to know? Well, yeah, of course it can. What conditions would need to be standardised or to be judged fairly? Need to be on or near the toilet? And what evidence can I submit? An audio recording of my pump. So that's gone off. That's gone off to the GWR, Guinness World Records, and they've said, "Thank you, dear Ali. Thank you for your record inquiry. We're just reviewing a few details before confirming next steps. And we'll be in touch shortly." I don't know if that's like really short or just medium short or whatever. So we're going to see. So I'm testing the theory, which is, I think, probably a half-baked first, and we're going to see what's
This
happening.
might actually get a Guinness World Record for the fastest rejection of an application for a Guinness World Record.
Do you think? Why can't you have? I mean, again, during my deep research for this, there is a record for the longest turd. There is.
There is, I know, and they talked about it on one of the episodes on South Park.
Well, there you go.
I found out a lot of information from South Park. But I believe the onus, and the word is onus, is on you to prove this situation. And you don't have any independent any bodies to ascertain that.
We'll see. It's now with Norris and Roy. We'll just, we'll see what they come back with. This has all got me thinking. There are three different types of records that one can achieve, and I'm going to have to think about where my opportunity fits here. So three, I think. An actual extraordinary achievement. Yeah. So first man on the moon.
I'm not convinced that's an extraordinary achievement. Anyway, we carry on.
Furthest distance you can throw a rock. Do you know what I mean? Something actual. So number one, an actual extraordinary achievement. Number two, I think that people get world records for something that's just happened to them.
Yeah, that they have no control over.
You have no control over. The tallest man in the world is like 8 foot tall. Well, okay, great, but you didn't have to do any. All you have to do is not grow, and that was completely out of your capability or what you were trying. You didn't have to practice to grow, did you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with the world's tallest woman, 8 foot tall. Incidentally, few facts about the tallest man in the world. What do you want to achieve next year, Mr. Tallest man in the world? He's Turkish, apparently. He said, I want to remarry and have a happy life. So that's a little bit sad, isn't it? Tallest woman in the world next year wants to cherish small moments and take some steps, presumably massive ones, towards a new chapter. So I think these two record breaks are actually really sad, and that makes me a little bit sad. It's impossible to ignore the pathos there.
All right, I'm going to ignore that. But, I'm with you. So that's two categories. What's the third?
Something any fucker can do. There's a Guinness World Record for collecting 30,000 spoons.
That's quite an achievement.
No,
I mean, it's a stupid achievement, but it is an achievement.
No, it's not.
Just being able to count that many spoons.
I mean, there is that.
Where would you store them? You'd have to have quite a lot. That would be a nightmare.
Spoons are pretty small, Phil.
Well, it depends how big a spoon you're talking about. If you're talking about a ladle, that's still a spoon, right? I would suggest that could be quite large.
I could break that record by spending lots of money in John Lewis, like in 24 hours. I would just order 30,001 spoons.
But
record.
Alistair, do you have the dedication to do that?
How much dedication? Quantity of spoons? 30,001. In fact, I've got about 6 already, so it's probably 29,995. That's not a world record, right?
Yeah.
Having spoons.
Well, it is, but it's nonsense.
It's nonsense.
I'm totally with you. Yeah, I'm with you. But first man on the moon, I'm not certain that's an extraordinary thing that he's done because he was selected by other people. There was lots of other things that led him to be shot into space. I'm not. It was kind of luck of the draw. I don't think it's in the same class as throwing a rock a long distance.
I would have loved you to have been interviewed in 1968 or whenever it was, just as just as the first man on the moon stepped on the moon, and you said something like, "You know what? He didn't really do anything. I threw a rock."
He was a passenger. He was a frickin'. It's like people who scored about going up the Everest. It's a frickin' guided tour. He was a passenger on a spaceship. What? Whoop de do. Well done. It's like the first dog in space. Was that a massive achievement? No, the dog didn't have anything to do with it. The first monkey or chimpanzee in space. The first this or that in space. Who cares? Like it
I
shouldn't be
don't.
recorded.
I think pets should never have world records because they've never chosen to do anything, right? I mean, it's slight, monkeys obviously being the best pets in the world, probably give them a bit of dispensation. But other than that, cats, dogs, tadpoles, no, not at all.
Well,
Do you know? Do you know what
the
the? Do
fastest
you
tadpole over 200 meters doing breaststroke. That would be worth recording.
know? Terrible. No, it wouldn't. Do you know what the tagline for the Guinness World Records is? Officially amazing.
Yeah.
It's rubbish, isn't it? Like you can't just make something up and then declare because you're the first person to have done it. That it's a world record. It's nonsense.
Yeah, it's all nonsense. And actually, as we know, I'm a devout Christian, and as we know, the Ten Commandments are freaking terrible. This, as far as I'm concerned, this all goes back to you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others. You just should try and be a better person. Compare yourself to yourself. And I think actually, we should get rid of some of the Ten Commandments and replace it with "Thou shalt not compare thyself to others." And just completely get rid of these kind of statistics. And we can also at the same time get rid of sporting events completely because you're just comparing yourself to others. Get rid of games where you're playing against other people to see who's the better team because you don't need that. You shouldn't be comparing yourself against others. Get rid of all spectator sports, and yeah, the world would be a better place. I think we can agree.
Yeah. Can we get rid of world records while we're on? Can we throw them firmly in the trash and never to see? My problem is, and the depth to this issue and this argument is that it's just a celebration of of vacuity, of nothingness. It's like, and that really irritates me. There are actual things that can be done, actual things that can be achieved, which are amazing. Um, Collecting 30,000 spoons isn't one. Like by no measure is that amazing. And yet there are amazing things being done all the time that don't have to be contrived and gerrymandered into a GWR. I'm just not having it. You know what? The more this episode's gone on, the more knocked I've got.
Well, maybe there should be an alternative to the Guinness World Records, which is the Alistair or the Half Baked World Records, where only things that are worthwhile recording are recorded.
Like long pumps.
That definitely would not get into our new thing, Alistair.
So I think we're agreed. We're gonna. This is in the bin, right? World records, Norris McWhirter, dedication, collecting stuff, being fat, being tall, Roy Castle. It's just all gone in the bin, right? We need
Very
to
much so.
we need to think again.
This is fully baked.
Fully
Without a doubt.
baked. Brilliant. All right. Well, thank you, Phil. That was great. I'm pleased you agreed because it's just terrible and utter nonsense, and we all need to move on. All right, cool. Well, there'll be another episode at some point. But thank you if you've enjoyed this. which would be remarkable, do tell people and share the news and move it on and see what everyone thinks. Next time, we'll see you soon.